Hello, hello. Hope you guys are having a great night, morning, day, I guess depending on your time zone. Hope you guys all had a good weekend. How's my audio, gang? It's good morning for Victoria today. Sup, sup, sup. Kamya, how's it going? Zaya, Zia, Vio. Hey, hey, hey. Going on, Baljeet? Uzi, working another night shift, I presume. What's going on, Finesse? Luvia, hello, hello. It's good to see you again. Hysteric, hello, good morning. Eggman, what's going on? Gonna let the gang roll in today. I'll be definitely rolling out another giveaway tonight. Um, so we'll get into that in a bit. Actually, there's been a lot of updates actually on my end actually from this weekend alone, just for different prop firms and what have you. So we'll get into that a little bit later on. What's going on, Raw Dog? What's going on? Tuning in from Thailand, Speedwagon. Let's go, man. You're there for vacation right now, right? I recognize your name. Yeah, it makes speed. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, I remember you from the MM gang. So I'm like Thailand. I don't think you live in Thailand. That's cool, man. That's cool. Hope you enjoying the time out there, man. Food I hear is delicious out there. I haven't been able to make it out there yet, and everything's so cheap out there too. So I hope you're having a killer time out there, man. Yeah, Lucid. I mean, I'm excited to be back, and I was not expecting to be back on the ball so fast with them. I was really thinking that I have a couple more weeks left before my cooldown is over, so that's pretty cool. What's going on, VTech? Oh man, that is nostalgic and OG for me, man. VTech 92. My first car ever was a 98 Civic SI. It was an EM1. For those JDM nuts out there, you'll know what I mean by that. Zoo was good, man. Zoo was good. It was my first time actually going to that zoo. Family liked it. I actually enjoyed it because I was actually spending time. I took one of those. I haven't had a chance to even put a reel together about it, but I actually biked my family around. So I had those thingies, the little carrier things, where you like your family can sit in it, and then you can bike them through the zoo. So that was pretty cool. The zoo food. It's the zoo. I did not have any food there. We waited and we went somewhere else to eat. Hence the post about ice cream and poke and all that stuff. And I don't know if you guys noticed because I think someone from this group, I think it was she's micro, she trades micro. I think she was the one who brought it up. I did end up getting a spam masubi bowl with some poke, so I absolutely had that after my zoo experience. What up, rag guy? What's going on, Robert? As always, appreciate the support. Good to see you, man. Yeah, that's right. Smack them likes. Smack them likes. Let's put some thumbs up in the chat, gang, for the video, YouTube video, not the chat. I always say video. I always say the chat, but let's drop some likes, guys. We got 70 viewers right now, just to start up here. Let's match them with the same likes. Electron blue. No, it was not. My Civic was a red one, actually. My first car was red, which is the reason why I have a little bit of nostalgic to that color. In 2018, when they released, or 2017, when they released the Civic Type R again, with the K20 turbo motor, I actually bought that again, obviously many years later, as kind of like a nostalgia thing for myself and better financial position. It was like my first car was a used car. This one was a brand new four-door hatchback Type R. So that was a really cool car. I actually have photos of my new, sorry, not my newborn, but was my newborn at the time. He was like 1 years old, I think he was. I had him actually sit. I had so many photos taken with him on the spoiler. It was pretty cool. Thanks, Ibrahim. Hope you as well, man. What's going on, Steve? Got a nice little pull down here off that double top. I was not gonna expect that, to be honest, but you know what? Maybe what I'm thinking about on the NQ right now is that we maybe have a little bit of a pullback before we climb back up. I'm really not looking for shorts for tonight. Like if it happens, it could happen, but I have no intentions of looking for shorts. I am just basically watching to see if we can get some longs in today. Victoria, yeah, I did. I caught that run up on my Take Profit Trader Pro account. So I got my daily payout locked in for that account already. Leaving that one as is. The one I'm trading tonight will be my Alpha Futures account because I'm trying to build on that from the last one. So for those who are just tuning in for the first time, you guys probably wouldn't know, but I had purchased a Alpha Futures account using code RAKE. It was 20% off. I don't know. I think they still have that promo going on right now. I purchased it on Thursday before the pre-London session. And I managed to short the market that day and I longed the market that day, which is kind of how essentially gave me enough to then go into the New York Open on Friday, and I passed the account. So I passed that account within 24 hours, and now I have it funded, and I have about $600 in profit on that account already. So this week, I'm hoping to lock in 4 trading days of profits. Not looking for a great deal, but if I can lock in 4 trading days of wins, then that will lead to a payout as well. So that's the Alpha Futures account that I'm trading right now. KJM, what's up, man? It's good to see you in here again. Yeah, in terms of longing wise right now, I mean, it's coming down a little harsher than I would have expected. We'll see how this 5-minute candle closes because, I like to reference structure a lot. So the fact that we're holding this area right now, I'm kind of curious if we will or if we just kind of keep going. More so just referring to this visual here. I'll just draw it out for you, gang. Just kind of curious if we can hold that higher high here and continue forward from here, but we'll see. I mean, I'm in no rush to hop into anything right now, gang. It's good to let some price digest. I mean, for all we know, we might tag the all-time high, the all-time high before the session had opened. I wouldn't be surprised if we tag down here again before we make our move back up. So we'll see. But I'm definitely not looking for shorts. Our last hourly candle closed it off bearish, which obviously kind of acted as a trigger here to send us down. But I think it would be a very, very bullish outlook for us if we could, let's say this hourly candle here tags down here where the all-time high is, and then recovers, closing as a bullish green candle for us. That would really set us up for the pre-market hour candle that goes into the London Open. If you guys watched the stream earlier already, we had Mr. Jake Ricci. I think he called the bottom basically of the day. So I'll kind of peel it back a little bit here so you guys can see. I believe, if I remember correctly, he longed from down here. And so that was a pretty solid upward move, whether you were kind of looking to kind of test back the opening or you were looking for a gap fill. Either way, whoever caught the longs today, congratulations. I myself took my trade after the fact. Like I caught the longs as well. I was actually kind of on the go and having dinner with the fam, so I wasn't at my desk, which obviously made it a little bit more risky, and also why I was a little bit more patient on the trade. But I did end up taking the break above Globex and then the hold above. So I did take long entry here, and I played that trade up all the way to the gap fill. So I played that long, and basically I exited right before that red bar came in. Obviously, in hindsight, you're looking at this now and you're thinking like, oh man, like you should have held longer, Alan. And yeah, you probably could have, right? But I wasn't looking for a great deal of a lot. I do with my trading mindset, it's not every day that I'm going to look for those big moves. And the way I look at it as in the end of the day, when I take a look at a long here, right? I mean, that move right there was still 20 points, and 20 points is still profit nevertheless, right? So we'll see. I don't think I'm going to touch that TPT because I still have a daily payout with that. So I'd rather just take the payout and call it. But that was that long trade I took earlier. What's going on, RJV? It's good to see you, gang. If you guys are just rocking in here, don't forget, drop a like on the video, please. Helps a lot, gang. Today, I will go over a few things on the chart. I'll talk on NQ, I'll talk on gold. I'll kind of stick to that rhythm. I'll provide you guys a little bit of update on the prop for men for me specifically, so I'll touch on that a little bit as well. I'll talk about the chart today, kind of what I'm looking for, and then as usual near the end, I'll talk about what I'm expecting going into tomorrow, because obviously I don't trade the New York session, especially with how crazy my schedule is these days. I just barely get the chance to even touch it anymore. But I'll talk about that as well, because as you guys know, if you guys have been watching all the streams as of late, you have seen how well these spots that I've been talking about have been respected coming in from the London session, or Asia session, I should say, going into London and then New York. So needless to say, price plays a critical role for us as we kind of move in from session to session. As I mentioned many times in the past, you probably get, for those who've been watching constantly, you guys probably get bored of it, but consider it a healthy reminder. But every session we're basically flipping the pages of a book, right? So we're building on it session by session. What's going on, Sand? Good to see you, man. Appreciate the support. I honestly, man, for all you guys on the East Coast, man, I really do appreciate you guys tuning in because I know how late that is for you guys already. What's going on, Jeremy? So far, I mean, you know what? We're kind of holding, but I don't like that we're not buying it back faster, to be honest, on Q. Um, so we'll see here, though. But yeah, let's take a look at gold. What's gold doing right now? So gold, I had this bottom area. So I haven't really looked at gold today at all, but we had a really nice move down on gold, and we basically tested the level before we made our way back up again. And so coming into the day, I already had my channels drawn out for the bottom of the range and the top of the range. And so right now, the fact that we are literally coming down from the top of the range is quite quite accurate. But it doesn't mean that we're going to come all the way back down. I'm just simply saying that it's interesting to see that price is respecting these areas. Mitch, getting close to bedtime, 100%. What's going on, Mobex? But yeah, so interesting to see what gold's doing right now. I mean, I don't think I have a necessarily bullish sentiment on gold. So give me a second here. Let's take a look at the daily. What are we looking like right now on gold? So we had a pretty strong close. Not strong enough though. I think that right now, when I'm looking at the way I'm looking at gold is that if we can clear this channel that I have here, I am interested in us taking longs further with gold going into New York. And that's a big if, right? If we show weakness and we lose this range at the bottom, I'm expecting us to come much lower down here. So again, we'll let bar by bar tell us, we'll let price and time tell us what things will look like, but that's kind of my thought process on gold. Yeah, right now you can see already when you zoom out, it becomes quite evident that we're just kind of ranging back and forth right now. So I mean, these are still big ranges though, so I don't think this is anything to like not take seriously. I think this is still quite valuable for us to take a look at. But yeah, that's kind of gold at the moment. YM chart, sure, man. YM, all right. So this is what you would call a pennant. For those who trade chart patterns, right? We're kind of forming a pennant here right now on YM. So we'll see. I mean, obviously, looking at it, we're quite bullish. I'd like to imagine that if we could break the trend, we could break the pennant here to the upside, then we could probably tag the highs of YM or even higher than that. So, I mean, if we can get a break on YM, again, I don't trade this at all. I'm just purely talking about this from a technical standpoint. Yeah, maybe we can have a move up. I probably wouldn't shoot too far up, man. Just because of the resistance that we're having. But yeah, I would trail. Depending on how much contracts you would take on this trade, I would probably trail along the way and definitely make sure that I only have runners after I hit the 50K area spot. Please advise I can't get the discount on the Tradeify platform. Trader discount? Code RT? Code RT doesn't give you the discount? Yeah, give me a second, gang. Hold on. Yeah, hey, code RT or code RAKE should work for the discount. Or code RAKE. What's up, brother? What's your thoughts on ETH USD? I don't trade that, so I don't even know. I wouldn't want to give you any thought points on that one. I've never even looked at that chart in my life. What's going on, PC? Wandering Wealth. You want to look at oil? What's oil doing? I don't ever trade oil either. Oil's not my cup of tea. We're looking good though on the hourly. I mean, it looks like we're trying to push up here. We're breaking out. Maybe we get some long follow through past here. I think 2R would be the kind of the idea here. What's the daily look like on oil? That bearish bar though. That bearish bar. Yeah, we just finished last week on oil and an inside bar as well. So I don't, at this point in time, it's unsafe for us to expect us to break out of here. To be honest, the way I look at it, like I'm just visually drawing it here. Like I would honestly consider this kind of like a box spot for us as far as range goes. Because you're again, when we're coming in having an inside bar here, right? Like unless you break out of either way, I'm not really looking for follow through. Um, that'd be my quick input on that. Yeah, see, this is what I meant earlier. My comment about like I didn't like the fact that we didn't buy back this up sooner. So now we're coming back down. So we might test all-time highs. I'll see how we react down here to all-time highs and this VWAP spot. That would be a pretty good spot if we can get a nice candle, a solid candle close there for bulls. Oh, Ethereum. Yeah, I don't trade crypto, brother. I don't trade crypto at all. I kind of have I played around with crypto back in the day, but I don't really trade what I don't understand, so I don't touch it. Just I'm sure the technicals would probably be quite similar, but yeah. Oh, the discount box is grayed out. Yeah, to Mitch's point, you might want to reach out to support them. That might be a them thing. Generally speaking, whenever I have issues with any websites or prop firms, to kind of what Mitch mentioned, I would clear the browser, the cache, and all that stuff because sometimes it's weird, but that's what it is. Like last time, I couldn't log into my Lucid account, my Lucid dashboard at all for some reason, and it was because of that. Why I have no idea. I'm not a tech guy, so. KJM, was that question for me? And if so, what were you referring to? Sorry. What's going on, Alex? Yeah, I'm honestly looking for more longs. I'm not looking to short NQ. Like you can have valid reasons to like attempt shorts, right? Like on the FF indicator that I have here right now, which will kind of pop up here. Like what we saw here was a pretty solid setup here. So you can see here right now that we broke beneath the trigger line and we held beneath it as well in the 2 minute, and then a 5 minute as well. We had kind of a very similar fashion. We kind of held beneath the trend line and then closed beneath the trigger line, and we had kind of follow through. So right now, I mean, I think we have a lot of different confluences and convictions to expect longs. Like if you to take a look at the FF indicator, we're coming up to the 15-minute trigger line here, which is around what is it, 453 give or take, right? So that could be a potential long bounce if you were looking at the FF indicator. If you were taking a look at the overall chart here, that same spot that I kind of referenced just now, that's essentially between all-time highs and VWAP as well. So when you're just looking for different reference points, different indicators, just as additional conviction, there are some spots definitely to watch there, even from a structural perspective. But again, as always, I always say I like to see what the bars are telling me. If the bars tell me it's worth taking a long, I'll take a long. But until then, I'm going to sit on hands. NQ1 chart. Yeah, I'm trading on the NQ1 chart, Miss NQ. I do trade gold, Ammo Slay. I do. I don't trade it as often, but I do go. I basically switch between NQ and gold. So depending on the given situation on the market, I'll kind of provide narrative on both ends. Just because sometimes, depending on what's going on with any given chart, there might just be a lot more chop or indecision. So I'll kind of flip between the two. Oh, got it, KGM. I don't KGM. I don't trade oil, so I don't even know what would be a healthy stop for that trade. I was just looking at the from an hourly perspective. I was using that as a reference point that like because every trade we take, we're talking about risk to reward, right? So if the reward isn't worth the risk, then I wouldn't even take it. So like for example, to your point, if you were to pull the risk all the way to the bottom, that means my reward would have to make sense too, right? So for me, I don't know if oil can go that much higher. Hence my reasoning for my comment. On the MNQ, you're looking for 62 long. I mean, that's fair. So Fat Cat Design, I mean, that's kind of pretty much what I mentioned earlier as well, right? I think we have a few reasons to look for a long, but again, we're not just going to blindly take a long, gang. Like, that's not ideal. I very much would rather let Barcom provide some confirmation for us. What's going on, Aloha Trader? Is that question for the NQ? In terms of your question about Tradeify, I mean, I'm gonna hop on the Tradeify right now. I mean, I can't buy accounts anymore because I'm capped with them, but Let's see what it looks like on my end. Today, by the way, I will be giving away an Apex account to the gang. It'll be a 50K end of day drawdown. So not the intraday one, because I know how much you guys don't like intraday. It's the end of day one. So make sure you drop some likes, because if we don't get above 150 thumbs up today, I don't know if we can do the giveaway today. So let's drop some likes, gang. Okay, let's see. Buying accounts. I'm just checking something out for one of the people in the chat here. I'm just trying to see if it's true that you can't put a code in, because that'd be really weird. Almost, guys. Give me a bit here. 4%. It works on my end, gang. Can I screenshot things into the chat? Let me just see if this works. Code break works. I literally just checked it out, gang. So Vlad, because you were asking the question, it should work. I clicked the discount code drop down and I just added the rate code and it works for the discount. So it should work. It might be, honestly, might be an issue on your end though, like specifically for your situation. Is there an indicator where I can define how many points I'm risking on a specific candle? MobX, I just use the forecaster tool, right? I don't know specifically what you mean by that. Like this is generally how I would base it off of, if I were to. $4.54 OPEX. What's going on, Danny? Can you go over how you use opening print? Low key, your is overexposed. Overexposed. What does that mean? What does overexposed mean? Is it because it's too bright? I don't use Bookmap, but that's good to know. 27,400. Okay. Yeah, I do have a light pointing at me, if you're wondering. Because if I turn off the light, this is how dark it gets, guys. Like, yeah, you can still see me, but it's pretty dark. Plus, it's also probably not great for my eyes to be staring at all my monitors in pitch darkness. What's going on, gang? For those kind of hopping on right now, we're going to be looking at NQ and gold for majority of tonight. I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'm going to provide some updates on my prop firm stuff as well. And then, yeah, we'll just kind of chat along the way. Yeah, I don't know. I think the dark mode would actually, like, I don't know how good that would be. Hold on. Let me just play around with my light here. Maybe that's a little bit better, gang. I don't know if that is or not, but it's as good as it's going to get. It's as good as it's going to get. I will be doing the giveaway later on. So basically, I'll run a bot to see how we can do it, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, we definitely gotta like. Yeah, you definitely gotta like the video, 100%. You gotta like the stream, man. Like the stream, and then later on we'll do the giveaway. I'll usually do it halfway through the stream. I don't do it right out of the gates, because especially since ideally I'd like to get at least 150 thumbs up. At some point, I'm gonna want to make this higher. 200, 250. I know it's a lot to ask because we don't have as much viewership at nighttime as we do during the New York session, but I see no reason why we can't. Hey, what's up? What's going on, Bernardi? quite a move down right now. You know, something I've noticed before as well is like, and then different times of different conditions, because we're in trading all-time highs now, so it might be a little bit different. But I had quite a bit of a high probability back in the day. If I would watch how Asia would move, often I would see that it would retrace over London, or would retrace before London, just to repeat the exact same move again over London. So we'll see. Again, like I said, we're going to see how these candles form, and we'll lock in based on that. The short is nice though. The short is nice. The way we came down here like this. So honestly, right now as well, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you may not know the full update, but I am out of my cool down period now with Lucid Trading, which is super exciting. They sounds like they were making some updates, and they decided to take me out of the cool down period sooner than later, which basically means that I have the ability now to take on their new Lucid Max program. And essentially what that is it is so basically it would be an eval still to start off with, but the moment that you pass, you get straight to the live capital phase, and you could trade up to 5 accounts as well. Daily payouts, no payout caps, any of that stuff. So that's pretty cool. If you're streaming in for the first time, you've never followed my journey, I traded with Lucid Trading for about 3 months and capped out with them with a $75,000 payout. So I've been held off for a cool down period, and I was expecting a couple weeks, but sounds like I'm back in action a lot sooner than I expected. So that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. And to give you perspective, because I'll share my screen for a bit here actually. Which one am I showing? Is that one? Nope, wrong one. Sorry. I think it's this one. Nope, not that one either. What did I do? Oh, there you go. So this is what the Lucid Max accounts look like. So for me, you'll notice I don't actually have an option to buy any account except for these ones. And so the Lucid Max is specific and unique to me. I should say to me, to anybody who's been moved into this position where likely they've been capped out, likely they've been moved live. And so for me, because I couldn't move live based on where I was just simply capped. Now they provide this as an option for traders like such as myself. Basically, as soon as I purchase this eval and I pass it, I then go on to the live trading, which then offers me, these are basically my trading rules: daily payouts, no payout cap, right? And pretty much kind of go from there, right? Like it's pretty much just treat it as live at this point. How this whole process is going to work for someone like me in Vancouver, Canada, where obviously I haven't been able to move live with a lot of prop firms just due to where I am. I don't know. I don't know what this is going to look like. So I'll share my experience as I go. I'm taking things bit by bit. I got a lot of accounts to juggle right now. Now I have my Lucid account. I got my Alpha Futures account. I still have my Take Profit Trader Pro accounts. I still have my Top Step accounts. So I got a lot of things. And as you guys know, I don't copy trade. So I'm not sure if I'll likely get to all of them as fast as I would like to. So I am going to be patient with it and kind of play it as is. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you because this is something that you guys probably have no access to, and you guys can't even see this right now. But this is basically what that means for me. And as far as payouts goes, you guys probably have already seen it before. These are all the payouts that I got, and that last $14,400 payout was basically my live payout because I couldn't move live with them. So, but yeah, that's that. That's quick little update for you guys. Some thumbs up for the channel, guys. Thumbs up for the channel. What are we at right now? We got 73 thumbs up with 173 viewers. Come on, gang. We can do a little bit better than that. Alex, I'm not too sure, man. I hope so. I'll share what I know. So Kamiya, I for personal, I just trade with my bank because I trade options when I trade personal. I don't trade personal for futures. I know you can, but I just never have, just because like why would I trade my self-funded when I can trade prop firms? It's just ROI wise, it's just far greater for me. But if I were to, I believe interactive brokers, I believe I might have the option, or otherwise, for someone like me, I don't even know. One of my colleagues actually had shared a firm with me, and I can't remember the name anymore. But there was another one too as well. So those are options. What's going on, Gio? KJM. Have I met anyone? If like literally like know someone? No, I have not. YouTube, I mean, there's a lot of people in the social space, right? Like To be honest, I mean, if you watch the Words of Wisdom and any of those other podcasts, there are people who have hopped on there and making multiple millions in payouts, right? So there's definitely people who have absolutely destroyed the results that I have achieved, right? Which is why I say comparison's a killer. I try not to think about that too much. You know, I think we're all kind of on in our own lane, racing our own race. Um, but yeah, as far as people I know, like face to face wise, no, I don't know anyone that has done more payouts than I have so far. Do you think indicators or trading view are BS, or are they some good ones you recommend? So Renati, I would say when it comes to indicators, I'll start by saying this, right, guys? Like indicators are lagging. It's lagging data. It's what that is, right? Because it's telling you what price has done already. Now, how you run that in conjunction with your trading obviously depends on your trading strategy, your styles, and what have you. You might value the VWAP because you might value where the variable weighted average price is on that given session. Like that might be part of your strategy. In the same regard that someone might use a 9 EMA, that you know your following 9 bars might be super important to you in your trading strategy. So I don't think there's necessarily one that's better than the others. I think that there are a lot of indicators that are out there that are more commonly used. Like I like to believe that VWAP and the 9 EMA is very common. Like from what I've seen on the social space, like almost everyone has used it at some point in time or continue to use it today. I know some traders who are super successful with Bollinger Bands, but I have no idea how to use them. So I mean, yeah, if you're asking me specifically what I use right now, I use the VWAP, the 9 EMA, 20, 50, and 200 EMA as my choice of preference, right? So those are kind of my options I like. And then I have the FF indicator that I showed earlier. I'm not sure when you hopped on, Vernati, but the FF indicator is the other one that I actually referenced that's over here. This is not a classic one, though. This is a paid indicator, though. So this is different from your usual ones that you would see. But I like this one just also because it acts as a lot of confluence. As you guys kind of see earlier, I talked about the 15-minute trigger line. You can see here right now that we are holding, but we'll see. It's still very early on to tell. But this is just, again, one of those things where I like the amount of confluence that this indicator provides me as well. So yeah, no worries, KJM. What's going on, Josh? Yeah, Bernati, my go-tos. So I'm a bar by bar trader, Kamya. So I'm honestly at this point in time, I'd like to see how price reacts on multiple time frames because as of right now, if we take a look at it, I mean we obviously just kind of sold off here and gave back every single thing that we kind of shot up with, right? So I'm looking for some bar closes before I would take a stab at it. And as usual, the higher the time frame, the more valid the read. So unless I get some bullish signal here, I probably wouldn't look to take anything personally. We'll have to wait, man. What's going on, Josh? No, not anything right now. I took the longs earlier. I managed to take the break and retest of Globex with my Take Profit Trader Pro account. So I've locked in my daily payout for that one. So I'm not touching that anymore. So right now I'm trading the Alpha Futures account that I passed last week, looking to hopefully trade this only on London session, essentially, like during these streams, so that I can hopefully with the gang and the community take it to payout, right? So we'll see. It's always tough because like I always tell people, and people might not know, but this part of the session is actually not my usual trading time. So it's not like, and there's a reason for that as well, just because action often is just not as great for me. But nevertheless, we'll see. Whatever the market offers, we'll take. If it doesn't offer anything, we don't do anything, right? Yeah, if you guys are just hopping in, let's drop some likes, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let's see here. What do I think about gold? Let's find out. Oh. So gold is continuing to sell off from that channel that I talked about earlier. So for the gangs who just hopped in, I had the top channel and the bottom channel drawn prior. So we're obviously seeing that we're starting to peel back and come back down. If we closed beneath, let's see. I think there's a chance that we might tag, to be honest, the AOI down here from where we are now. But again, any trade at this point is a chase, right? we already missed the lower high setup here at the level. So I wouldn't take gold anymore at this point. So it's either you kind of watch for a structural opportunity to take an entry, or you look to take a long when you get the proper retest. Okay, so right now, perfect example. Definitely not taking anything. We're still kind of pummeling price back down right now, and I'm not willing to chase this either. So no trades for me for now. Mobx, you referring to the NQ right now? So the term buy setup, I'm assuming you're referring to the MM. Yeah, I mean, I think a 5-minute bar would be nice. I think at the very least. I don't know if I necessarily need a 15-minute bar just based on like how strong and bullish we are on the overall chart. But yeah, I think 5 would be nice for sure. Favorite entry time frame? I like the 2 and the 5. 2 and the 5 are my go-to. I don't go lower than 2 because 2 is already low enough for me. Reward is there, Mobx, but I'm all about risk. I'm risk before reward every time. Damn, Josh. Baljeet, I was tempted to get bubble tea. I just didn't have the chance to actually order it in time. Part of me was actually like, I'm gonna make a cup of coffee and have some chocolate pistachios instead. Yeah, man, Leo, everyone tries to shoot for these big moves, and I think that's often what causes us to tilt and make poor decisions, right? So, um, yeah, I'd rather wait. I know. I let you guys down. I mean, Bulji, do you really want to be the guilt reason as to why I get bubble tea tonight? Because I mean, I can always order it on Uber. I was gonna make a cup of coffee though. I mean, that was kind of my thing tonight. What is open right now for bubble tea? Actually, 100% RGV, 100%. Would this move down not be considered a break in the higher low structure? Would this move down not be considered a break in the higher low structure? So a break of that higher low? Yeah, it would be. Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll see, right? Depends on what time frames we're looking at as well. Like we'll see. Because if you think about it right now, on the 15, we haven't actually locked in a higher low yet. So I'll wait. Yeah, we still got time, man. We still got time. Drop a like, gang. Drop a like. In about 25 minutes or give or take, I will do the Apex giveaway for the gang. But I need to be at least over 150 likes, man. Otherwise, I don't think I'm allowed to even do a giveaway, guys. Yeah, like the stream. Oh, Ron G, you awake, my man. Hello. Let's see what we do. Let's see what we do. What's gold looking like right now? Gold continues to move. What a short, man. What a short. Eight Mile. I haven't seen that movie in so long, dude. Yeah, I like that, Josh. I do think we have more opportunity for longs. Yeah, Disco. Waiting for longs, man. I have no interest in shorting. I already missed the short trade, right? Like I missed the entry that I would have wanted to take anyways. So I'm good. I know, right? I know, right? Come on, gang. How am I going to do a 50K end of day drawdown giveaway if I'm not going to get at least 150 likes? Come on, guys. Come on. I'm actually in talks with Apex right now. I'm seeing if I can actually hop back on with those guys just because I know they've been going through like moving people alive, and obviously compared to some of the guys who've hit multiple millions, I'm like bottom of the food chain with them, but hoping I can get back on with them. So right now I only have my 3 to 4 props that I trade with right now, and probably will keep trading with them until they cap me out. I don't want to take on any new ones. I know a lot of people have recommended me a couple, but we'll see. One of the props that I'm actually looking at right now is Funded Next. I'm not sure if you guys have traded with them before, but I am looking at them, and it's actually on top of the banner as well. But I heard they have some pretty solid plans. So I'm gonna take a look at it. I might scoop some of those up as well, and maybe mess around with a few evals and see where we can go from there. Ron G, man, food is life. Food is life. I have to say though, lately, because I haven't been as active, I think because I've actually been sitting at my desk a little bit more than usual, I haven't been losing as much of the weight as much as I would like. So I don't know, man. John, much love, man. Thank you. Yeah, I've heard about top 1 futures as well. I've heard of that before as well. I'm going to step away for a bit, but I am looking for longs, guys. I'm liking that we're holding right now, actually, the VWAP. I'd really like us to close back above here. I'll give it another minute and a half. I'm going to make a decision, but I'm looking for longs, though. I am. We'll see. I'm going to step away for a sec because I'm going to grab myself a bag of chocolate pistachios and make myself a cup of coffee. Be right back. Chocolate pistachios, man. If you guys have never seen these from Costco, man, they're worth a buy. They are a solid. All right. I see quite a few of you guys say that Funded Next is good. I'll definitely give them a shot then. I know they got a discount right now too. I just don't know what the specific discount is. Let's see. What is their discount right now? How's price holding? I don't like how that 5-minute closed. No longs for me yet. Honestly, Tradeify and Lucid are both pretty competitive right now. So I put them out there. I think, you know, what it comes down to as well is like kind of what you value in a prop, right? Like if you're looking for like instant funded accounts, if you're looking for, you know, drawdown counts, cheap price, depends, right? Like take Profit Trader Pro for example, take Profit Trader, sorry. Like I like those. I like them a lot. Reason being is because of the fact that in the end of the day, I mean, for 250 bucks USD, you can lock in a 150K account with no activation fee. I mean, where do you get an account like that, right? And it has daily payouts as well. So kind of hard to beat that. I mean, it does suck because they have intraday trailing, and that's probably the only thing that really sucks about them. But otherwise, man, I think they're pretty worth it. Instant funded? No, I don't. I do like depending on like the prop. Like if I'm just trying to test out whether or not like the payouts or model is good or whatever it may be, sure, I don't mind. But I generally don't go for instant funded accounts because I find that they're just too expensive. Like when you think from a business perspective, again, for you guys know, I am a business person through and through. So statistically speaking, it's hard for me to get around the fact that like it costs the cost of 5 to 7 evals for one account, which means essentially as a trader, if I have an edge, if I know my expected value as a trader, if I think that I'm going to fail an account 7 times just to meet the cost of one, I mean, just think about the ratio, right? Like it makes more sense, bang for your buck, just to go the eval route. Especially for myself, right? Like I even though I don't copy trade, like I just imagine that for the price of a 50K straight to funded account with any prop firm, I could buy 5 evals, right? With those 5 evals, again, obviously assuming I pass them, right? If I can get those to payouts, I mean, with that same $500 investment that I would have put to an instant funded, but I put to an eval, I could 5x my payout potential, right? Because I'm trading with 5 different props. Or you can also argue and say I have a higher probability of getting payout because I have 5 accounts. I'd have to fail all 5 of them in order for me to be, you know, to not get the payout, right? So my 2 cents. Yeah, I trade one account at a time, man. No copy trading on my end. Generally speaking, I'll have roughly between 5 to 7 funded accounts that I rotate between. I rarely have more than 10. Like 5 is like a pretty healthy number, just because like there's only so many trades the market's gonna offer me. So for me to like have more than that, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So like how I look at it is that let's say I have 5 funded. If I'm like, you know, messing around with like different strategies and trying different theories out, an example, and I made this example last time, but I was learning scalping strategies because I want to have a better understanding of it so that when I work with students, I know how to navigate that with them. Just because the students that I work with, I have so many different kinds, right? Some people who trade ICT models, some people who just trade the orb strategies. So I just want to make sure I can understand the concepts so that I can help coach these individuals. So usually in those cases, I'm not going to use my funded account to like mess around in that regard, right? So I'll usually use an eval. So that at least worst case scenario, if I do fail it, then it's not the end of the world in comparison to losing my funded account. So that'd be my 2 cents on that. Yeah. TX, thanks, man. Much love. Yeah, what are these? I'm assuming are you guys talking about the calorie count on the pistachios? It's like 220 calories on these. 220 calories for 40 grams. So yeah, you're pretty close for what you said. Give me 1 second, guys. My coffee's done. I gotta grab it. Be right back. My cup of espresso from Nespresso. That with my chocolate pistachios is giving me my thing tonight. All right. Okay. Let me get back on the chat here. Can I get your perspective from a business perspective? I passed 20 Apex evals. I have activated 15 yet. Only 5. I have. I haven't activated 15. Only 5. What would you advise? So first and foremost, a FIA royalty. If I don't know how long ago you passed those accounts, but with their rules, if you don't activate them, I think within like a week, you lose them, I think. So I would definitely activate all of them. You can't afford to not activate them, actually. Please read the fine print because I don't remember. Like, I haven't looked at it in a bit, so I don't remember off the top of my head. But you definitely want to activate those accounts because you don't want to leave them in limbo. There is a period of time where if you don't activate them, they will be no bueno. Is it 7 days? There you go. So that's my first comment to you, to be honest. And I know you're probably thinking like, oh man, that's a lot of activation fees I have to pay. And I know that sucks, but because you passed all of them at once, then you kind of have to activate all of them at once as well. I mean, you went through the trouble of passing them, bro. I mean, I don't know if you really want to waste it and not take it, right? So I do all 20, man. I know it sucks. And again, I don't know how you trade. Are you planning to copy trade all of them, Afia? I guess that's another question as well. Leo, I would say that I'm fairly disciplined, man. Like I have a very strict mindset about like if it's like A plus, A, B, whatever it may be, it dictates whether or not I enter the trade or not. It also dictates the size I have. Like so depending on everything about my setup, it decides whether or not my sizing and whether I take it at all. So I don't find that I overtrade because there's only so much opportunity, you know? Like if let's just say for NQ, for example, right now, if you were the guy that was coming in here and say, you know what, I saw here, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. Let's just say you were looking at this chart and be like, hey man, earlier I saw that first green bar. Maybe we're going to hold the support here. I'm going to long, right? And then say like right after that, boom, you ate a loss. And then afterwards you see another green bar over here. And you're like, oh, maybe we're going to hold that structure here. Let's long again. Boom. Got smacked in the face. Came down here again. Oh, but we're seeing a green bar at all-time highs. Maybe it's going to long. Boom. Again, smack in the face. What am I trying to say here? What I'm saying here is it happens often. And I see this a lot of times in a lot of traders and a lot of students that I work with. And it's the hard question and the in the face question I always have to ask because I know it makes them feel like crap. But it's like, what are you thinking here? Why did you take that trade? Why did that make sense to you? Right? You just took 3 losses and now you're in such deep drawdown that you don't even like whatever is going to come after is probably going to even be more of a stupid trade because all you're thinking about now is that you took 3 losses. All you're thinking about is how do I make that money back? So whatever you do next is going to be the worst thing possible, right? So I have gone through enough for me to know to not take stupid trades. And I mean this with all due respect, gang. I know I don't want you guys to be like, oh wow, look at this guy, being so arrogant and saying this to us, right? I'm not. I mean this with heartfelt, right? I've been there. I've been the dumbass that has literally kept trying to long the trend that's coming down or short the trend that's going up. Like I've been there, and it just doesn't make sense. So I think that we as traders just need to make sure that we understand what an ideal setup is and stick to that. And yeah, it's gonna suck. You're gonna lose. That's kind of part of the game, right? Like hence it's called risk to reward. It's not called reward to reward, right? Like you're bound to lose. It's part of the game. It's no different from business. You know, Aria, you asked the question earlier, business perspective. You're paying to do this, right? When you get into business, you pay to open your business, to open your restaurant, to buy your inventory, to pay your staff, all for the aspect of risk. So yeah, it's not guaranteed. Unfortunately, that's not how life works. So I think that when it comes to this, that would be my answer to the discipline is that I myself, I just know. I know what I'm getting. And you notice this entire time as I've been talking about longs with you guys, I didn't take anything, right? I've been narrating. I'm telling you I want longs, but I'm also telling you that I don't see an opportunity. So I'm not gonna take it, right? So I mean I could have gotten burnt like 3 times by now. Work on one. Yeah, I mean, what I don't know how to say your name. KHYU. What he just said is exactly it, right? Like if I were to start off with like for example Alpha Futures right now, I start with 1 account. If I can take this account to payout, it gives me a reason to now potentially buy with the payout I get, I can buy 4 more accounts, right? And then I can scale from there, assuming that I want to do that, right? I might buy because I individually trade them. I probably wouldn't buy 4 more, probably just buy 1 more, and I would just go like, you know, 1 account gets a payout, use that payout, buy another account. 1 of those accounts get a payout, buy another account, and so on and so forth. So that way you're always still net positive. But yeah, that's absolutely a way. But if you're copy trading, you just gotta be strict. Like sometimes, I mean, even if you're copy trading, I know some of my students when they copy trade. So for example, you have 20. Some of them will just take 5 and 5 and 5 and 5. So you have 4 batches that you can copy trade, and you can kind of play that route. Like that's always an option as well. going on, Maroki? Hey, Ali. What's going on? Hopefully you got some rest. It's literally going to be always my thing that I wish you for, that I wish you got rest. Parenthood life. You gotta love it. Sorry, I just grabbed myself some snacks. So I myself, trades and trades, I do 2. So for my accounts, I will take 2 trades per account. Win or loss, I stop. Which sucks because sometimes you'll get a win, and then you get a loss, and then you break even, and then you walk away. And you're like, ah, damn it, right? But again, that's just the maximum, right? Sometimes I might just take one. Like if I get a good win, like earlier, my Take Profit Trader Pro, I caught the long. I'm good. I didn't take another trade because I already locked in my daily payout. So why would I take another trade if I don't have to, right? Yeah, Dennis, I hear you, man. It's tough. That mental game, right? It's the P&L watching that really gets people, right? And all these things that you tell yourself of, I have to get paid out at this point in time, or I have to hit my profit target by this point in time. That's the type of stuff that really wrecks you, man. Hey, Cherry Sherman, sorry. I do. So I think it depends, right? So I'm from Canada, guys. I'm not from the US, so I don't know your tax laws. So please, obviously, as always, advise your own accountant because I'm not the guy to tell you that. But I do because and it's I didn't create the LLC to trade. I'm already a business person, so I already have a corporation. So I already have it all set up. So it's a lot easier for me to just weave right into it. And then depending on whether you're doing prop firms or individual trading, again, tax laws are gonna be different everywhere you go. So depending on how it works, yeah. So yeah, prop firm like evals, 100%. All of the evals that I buy, it's all right off, right? It's again, talk to your accountant because like again, I don't know every part of the world you're in, it's gonna be different. So that's definitely something you need to talk to your accountant about. Yeah, Josh, flipping between NQ and gold sometimes is what makes me indecisive. And it can really mess with your head because you're trying to figure out your bias on both sides. I don't like gold longs as much as I like gold short, as much as I like NQ longs though, personally. Yeah, man, I absolutely enjoy every moment. I actually have meta glasses, so my a good close friend of mine actually had bought me them, and so I use them often to actually try to record moments, just with the kiddos, because sometimes, especially as a parent, if you're like holding a child and doing something, you don't have the chance to actually like take snapshots or anything like that. So I usually take them around, and that's how I capture the on the moment moments with my kids. I don't have a daily payout gold, guys. It's whatever the chart gives me. There's no goal. So it's like the chart, if I think I can get 30 points or 40 points or whatever from the chart, then I take it, right? If the setup is very, very good, then that also decides how I size, right? So I don't have a specific one. I'm just looking for us to hold this area. That's like the first thing I need to look at. Like I don't want us to lose this channel spot. I'd like for us to break back above all-time highs and claim strength above it. Creating playbooks, 110% KJM. If you don't have a playbook for trading, guys, you are gambling. And sorry if that comment sharply cuts you deep, but it is true. If you are not, if you don't have a playbook, you're gambling, man. Because even in business, like I have a playbook for everything that I do. You know, what restaurant clients, right? How do you operate? How do you open a restaurant? How do you close a restaurant? How do you manage a team? How do you develop a team? There's a playbook for everything, and if you don't have a playbook, you're crazy, right? This is where I talk about like process a lot in life. I am probably like out of the people that I actually know, not social media, but actually know. I don't know anyone who is more disciplined than I am in my life. No one, not even a soul, not even close. I always make the comment in the competitive space that I don't want to win by an inch, I want to win by a mile. And I can say that when it comes to discipline, I 100% win by a mile. And a part of this has to do with processes and disciplines, right? Like I know what I like and what I don't like, and I know what irks me. I know what fulfills me. And so when I say build processes around it, that's how I build them, right? That's why I'm so strict about the fact that I don't trade the New York session. right? It's because of the fact that I know in order for me to get my day started, in order for me to be successful in my entrepreneurial journeys with restaurant owners and be present and like level headed with my kids in the morning, right? It just doesn't make sense. So 110%. You knock that playbook. You don't have a playbook, man, you're crazy. Do I have a max daily drawdown on my accounts for yourself? Max daily drawdown. I mean, not really, to be honest. I have more of a like the max daily drawdown ends up becoming whatever my two trade rule becomes. And I know that sounds so like, what do you mean by that, Alan? Because like, what if I take two trades with one mini? Well, on that day, depending on my stop loss, I might be down 1,200. But if I took it with two minis, I might be down 2,400, right? So it depends, is what I'm gonna say. It depends on like the given day. I don't have a max loss, to be perfectly honest. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but just understand because I don't copy trade and I have lots of accounts. I don't like go crazy over the fact that I don't have that. And it's rare that I actually hit my max loss because usually if I'm feeling tilty, I will rotate my accounts anyways. Like that's part of like my psychology for myself. What's going on, BJ? Oh, Dennis, I'm so sorry to hear, man. Sorry, are you talking about today? Are you literally stuck in a trade right now because it just keeps melting and you essentially longed at the top? Is that what you're referring? Yeah, do you see how price is respecting this channel, guys? Even though it might be only for a quick minute in time, right? It just shows you the importance. Um, if your strategy requires a large amount of intuition, how did you backtest or how did you figure out your strategy worked? Uh, I wouldn't say my strategy it requires a large amount of intuition. If you're asking if you're asking me that question, like what if your strategy requires a lot of intuition? I think that you have to know. I mean, when you journal, even intuition has stuff, right? So there's a saying that goes like when you talk about reading people, like I play a big role in human psychology, right? So if you're reading like body linguistic books or like micro expressions on facial reactions and those type of things, right? To a person that might just say like, hey, I can intuitively feel like you're lying or I can intuitively feel like you're depressed. That's maybe someone who just knows how to read facial cues and body linguistics but just don't know what they're looking at. And so in the psychology world, if you knew, you would be able to dissect the micro expressions and the body movements and tone of voice to tell you why you read what why you're reading what you're reading, right? And so in trading, I would like to say that whatever you think is intuition, I believe you can break it down. You just need to understand what you're seeing in your intuition so that you understand what that intuition is, because it is probably a strategy and you're just not recognizing that it's part of your strategy. There's probably things that you can probably extract to figure that out. Because yeah, no matter what, if you're journaling, if you can't journal what you're doing, that's gambling again, right? Like you're just throwing things at the wall and hoping that it sticks. Hopefully that kind of answers your question, Clay. Zia, I think I answered that question about what am I looking for longs already, right? Nice, KJM. Absolutely. Create that playbook, man. 150K account. Probably. Well, again, I'm probably not the right person to ask that. It depends on where you're at in your trading. Like for me, I'd probably rock like five minis to be honest, just because of where I am. But yeah, generally speaking, probably 1 to 3 minis. Otherwise, because like you do have a lot of drawdown, so it means your profit target's also very large. So you don't have the gift of taking your time with it either, right? Like to a certain degree. But honestly, most traders just trade with micros, Arnold. I guess it really kind of comes down to kind of what you're looking for with that. See, like Skakembo, absolutely, right? Like great thought point there, right? He or she figured out that hey, you know what? Once I started digging into it, I didn't need 8 setups. I only needed three, and that's exactly right. Chris Jates, process. Yeah, Dennis, I'm sorry to hear, man. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. I mean, to be perfectly honest, you should have cut your trade long time ago. I have not traded Atlas funds. I have no idea what that is. there's key points of a playbook. I mean, that's a very subjective question, KGM. Very subjective question. It's what's important to you. What's important to you in a trade, right? Hey, Jalanta. If you guys are just tuning in right now, please drop a thumbs up on the video. I know that price action might be slower during these sessions, but I promise you that the value that I can add in terms of just conversation and discussion is worth tuning in and it's worth partaking in. I think some of the more regular individuals who've been tuning in can probably echo that. So I do have a lot to offer for those new guys who have just hopped in. I am an entrepreneur first, and when I say entrepreneur, I don't mean content creating, I don't mean social media, and I also don't mean that in a negative tone either when I say that about other people who are content creators, because that is still a business at the end of the day. But I'm talking about traditional business. I work with restaurant owners. That's kind of my background, and that's where I find that all like the processes and disciplines to be successful in a corporate career and a bricks and mortar business is very similar to the things you need to, in the day trading world as well. So I try my best to provide as much value in these sessions, because to be perfectly honest, the price has been like moving really fast to the downside for our session. Like, you think some of you guys can probably agree, like we haven't had this smooth of a move in our streams in honestly probably ever. So unfortunately, yeah, I missed my short already. So it is what it is. So I kind of just have to patiently wait and watch. But yeah, there's just so much. There's so much to offer, and I want to be able to answer those questions to you guys as well. So definitely, please, the reason why I say the thumbs up stuff, I know it sounds so repetitive, but it helps because, as you guys know, algorithm wise, the more likes the videos get, the more comments that they get, and all that type of stuff, it's more likely they'll share it with other people. So I do believe that because I have this wonderful session that offers me the ability to have these conversations with you guys, because markets are slower, I can do this, right? Whereas like, Jake and Christian and those guys, their trading hours that are much faster, so they might not be able to have this kind of deep discussion with you guys. Thanks, Kami. I appreciate that. Jelanta, my name's Alan. Nice to meet you, man. And I'm snacking on chocolate pistachios, so you guys are wondering what I'm throwing in my mouth right now. David, I think you named all of the different things that you can look at. The levels that you might be referring to, like the MM levels, like the mastermind levels, that's part of Rake's Discord. He actually has a indicator, an automated indicator tool that actually helps mark all those levels for you as well. I still mark all my, even though I have access to that indicator, I still mark everything manually. You guys know, or who's been following long enough, I mark it manually because it's like part of my ritual. Like I like doing it. It helps me better understand what I'm working with. And so yeah, it's kind of like, for me, it's like suiting up in the morning, putting a tie on, stuff like that. It just gets me into the rhythm. So I still like marking things manually myself. I was shorting gold, but jumped into soon. Now I have to watch it. Oh, yeah, McCarty. There's another guy here, Josh. He kind of went through the same thing. He got ticked out and then missed the short move on gold. So guys, out of curiosity, take this as like a free lesson type of deal. When you see price like this on gold, what are you thinking, guys? Can you guys put in the chat box? What are you guys thinking when you guys see price like this? And while you guys are typing in the chat, Gaurav, I don't have a daily payout goal. Someone asked the question earlier as well. I take what the market gives me. 100% Leo, I agree. Marking them better. David, if you just started trading, I am so sorry for you. The markets have been absolutely wild and disgusting. So learning in this environment is so difficult. All I can say, I don't know where you are in your trading journey, but please be patient. Markets aren't always like this. So like the chat. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer and I'll give you my opinion, but All right, so I think I got enough answers here, and I just want to peek at NQ quickly here. Okay. So yeah, when I see price do this, it's a little bit of a trick question, to be honest. When it's barcoding, I don't touch it. I generally don't touch it. What you're really waiting for, though, is confirmation on where it's going to go. The risk that takes when you're arranging is whether or not you're going to have a fake out price out and then come right back down, or it just kind of chops you back and forth the entire time, up and down, up and down, up and down, right? And so for me, when I look at this type of consolidation, I am looking for confirmation. So whether that comes in the form of structure or candle analysis, that will generally help give me a sense of whether or not I want to take a setup with this. And you got to understand as well, sometimes when you see price consolidating like this, just because it consolidates doesn't mean it's going to move in any direction that you might like. For all you know, this might consolidate like this for the next hour, right? So it's not ideal to take setups like these. So for all the new traders that are hopping in here, learning for the first time, this is the no touch zone. Okay, you see this, you f off, right? You wait until you see some sort of confirmation, something that makes sense, and then you take it from there, right? Because yeah, this is where people get slaughtered, right? They constantly try to take the highs or the lows or whatever it may be, and then they get wiped for it. So don't fall into that. It's not worth trading. Okay. Just wanted to put it out there. So a lot of you guys kind of understood it based on your comments. But you know what's kind of crazy about though? Even though you said you understood it, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys have still taken trades in these situations, even though you gave me the same answer. And it's because of emotional bias. When you're staring at a chart, you just sometimes lose sight of what makes sense, and you just do dumb stuff, right? And it happens, right? NQ. Are we going to retrace back to Globex? This is going to be wild, man. Are we going to retrace back to Globex for London Open? Is that what we're going to do today? Afia, what time zone are you in? I usually trade the Asia session, actually. That's my go-to. London's my second. Confirmation for me is I can't. It's a lot to explain. I literally spent 8 hours teaching this to my students. But a high level summary is I'm very structure trader. I'm a structure trader, right? Levels, which I call reference points because I don't just use one specific kind of level. And trend or range, obviously being able to identify stuff like that, right? And then what am I missing? And then also multi-time frame analysis, top-down analysis, that's important, right? And then from there on out, it's basically risk, understanding my risk to reward. But it's a culmination of all that for me, right? So it's not one given thing. Have a good night, Chris Trades. Okay, Afia, so you're Eastern time frame then. Yeah, the Asia session would probably be good for you, and the London, like the late London session would probably make sense for you if you're in New York, I would believe. Yeah. Yeah, 100% gang. All right, how many likes have we got on the video? Because this is really good to decide if I do a giveaway yet. How are we at on 140 only, guys? There's like 240 of you guys right now. Drop some thumbs up, gang. Come on. You can't expect me to do a giveaway with such little likes, guys. Especially with the conversations we're having. All good, Chris. Get some rest, man. Yeah, power to you guys for trading crypto, man. I don't think I can do crypto. That stuff does not close. It's just running 24/7. Be very unhealthy for me. I'll tell you that. Sometimes you get stopped faster in MQ than NQ. I've never heard of that before, Patrick. I've never heard of that. So I don't know why that would be the case. I think that if you were talking maybe like live funded, like where you're actually like equities is actually like in play in the market, maybe MNQs are traded more often because there's more people trading them versus the NQ just due to price and the stuff like that. So maybe that could be a possibility. But for us sim traders, I don't think that really matters, to be honest. I could be wrong. I mean, whoever wants to correct me in the chat, feel free to, because this is definitely not something I've ever heard of. Chase Sherman, technical analysis. There's a couple books. Definitely Al Brooks, Bar by Bar. If you don't have that book, I recommend it. Don't get the OG one because the OG one is a very dry read and it's like one thick ass encyclopedia. Get the one that has 3. It's the one that I have. That would be a recommendation. And then there's another one called Technical Analysis of the Financial Markets by Murphy. That's probably another one that you could probably read. I know crypto has made a lot of people rich. Like there's a business owner that literally has a storefront beside mine. And I remember seeing him like the first time when he moved in, he drove in a Porsche, which is it? He drove in a GT3, and I was like, damn, like where'd you get that from? And he even said it's like the money that he had made, he lucked out in crypto and made a lot of money during the crypto boom, and he used his money to start a business and buy his dream car. So yeah, eating some tonkatsu ramen. Oh man, if I had not already had pho, I would 100% get some ramen. Interesting. Yeah, I have not. I've never heard of the MNQ NQ thing. That's a very interesting thing. Yeah, it's probably just the volume thing, guys. What is the new bar by bar? Alex Barton, are you asking? Oh, that's what you mean. Give me a second here, okay? Hold on. I'm gonna grab the books for you guys. Hang on. I'll be right back. I've probably shown these books so many times now. Honestly, I should just post on Instagram. You guys should just refer to it. These are the ones. So there's one that talks about trends. So trading trends, trading reversals, trading ranges. I recommend these. I actually usually take it on my flights, and I will occasionally use them as a reading material, especially if sometimes I'm like preparing for stuff. Like for example, like this week, I'm preparing like an education session with the students for 2 days this week and then 2 days next week. And so when I do that, I like to sometimes reread the material just so that I can like have like a refined and fresh perspective on it, just to make sure that I'm, explaining things as clear as I can. But yeah. No. The question from Will about poker? No, I do not. I don't gamble. I talked about this in my past few streams because people have asked me before. I do not do well gambling. I lose. I don't even have beginner's luck. I go to casinos for friends' birthdays and I just lose money every time. So no, not my cup of tea. Gold, I will say I trade gold maybe like 20% of the time. 80% of the time I'm an NQ trader. Interesting. Those books, Leo, it's by Al Brooks. Al Brooks. Bar by bar. Thanks, Trade Wop. Yeah, I like to call my setup the command center. All right, I'm gonna give me a second here. I need to do this bot thing again for the giveaway. Hey Ron, are you still on right now? Let's see, where is the button? let's see. Giveaway. How does the giveaway thing work again? Give me a second, gang. NQ on the move. I don't know, man. I don't know if I should trust this. I don't trust the NQ move. Just give me a second, okay, guys? I am going to do the giveaway in just a bit. I just got to do something here quickly. All right, my illiterate butt here is might have to review how to do this again next time. So I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Give me a second here, guys. Sorry, I think your name is Bender, spelled with a 3. I'm not too sure, man. I don't know how WAP works, so I'm not the best of help there. I'm gonna keep this in my order window for my longs, assuming I take it, but we shall see. All right, gang. I am going to do that giveaway now with the group. So I'm going to do the old-fashioned way because I can't figure this part out right now. As usual, just drop W's in the chat, guys, and I will select a name at random in the next minute here. I'm going to give it 1 minute, 60 seconds, okay, guys? Drop W's in the chat. As soon as I say stop, though, please stop spamming the chat because it gets a little out of hand, gang. This is for a 50K Apex account. End of day drawdown, not intraday, end of day drawdown. All right, gang. So let's do this. I'll give it a minute. We got 35 seconds left here. Keep it coming. Let's see what we do here. How we doing, gang? How we doing? This is the giveaway. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I got the name here. Winner of the account. So you guys can stop now. I have the name here already. It's already right in front of me. Of the 50K Apex end of day drawdown account. Congrats. We got the winner here already, guys. Please stop spamming the chat. Winner is there already. Please reach out to me. Reach out to me via Instagram DM. I will copy my Instagram here. Give me a second here. Hit my DMs. Livia. I do not want to butcher your name. Livia. I'm going to say that. Hit my DMs and I will send you the code. Congrats. And now with that, let's hope we get some sort of a move here because maybe we can retrace back to the upside. Let's see what we get. I like that. If he doesn't respond, I know, eh? I know. That'd be the worst. You know, I have had made so many times at like corporate events where like someone wins something and they're not even there to take it. It's like, oh man, really, dude? All right, give me a second here. Let's see. Where is I gotta find the code anyways. So for the winner, I will send you the code at the end of the stream. So hang tight. If you're DMing me already, don't worry about it. I will get to you later. I want to make sure I finish the stream here before we do that. We got about a little over half an hour left before the London opens here. Maybe this might actually line up for me. You know what? I'll say this. If I ever get into a situation, gang, where the winner of the giveaway isn't present and does not reach out within the 24 hours, I will bring it to the next stream and I'll just give away 2 accounts instead. So you guys don't need to worry. Yeah, you guys don't ever need to worry. But that hasn't happened yet. Every single time we've done a giveaway, no one has ever actually not taken it. So I don't think that's gonna happen, gang. 100%. How's gold looking right now? So guys, you remember what I said earlier about the breakout and the fake out? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is what you get chopped up here, guys. I'm not saying that it can that it can't go, but I'm just saying that this type of price action is exactly what I'm talking about. Chocolate pistachios are yummy. Probably shouldn't be taking in so much sugar at the night, but I got coffee. Honestly, coffee doesn't affect me. I sleep like a baby. Ammo, when you talk about fake outs, the question about it, or hold on. Basically, what I'm saying is that this is the reason why I'm not a big breakout trader. A lot of times what people will do is that they'll see prices to say break above this channel, this range, right? Then they automatically enter a trade because it's broken the range. Problem is that you're not going to always get follow through. And you can see here, although price moved up, we continued to close back into the range. So if you longed here, you basically got caught in this chop, right? Which is the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. I personally don't like breakouts. But with that said, I think someone who specializes in breakout trading would probably disagree with me. They'd probably look at that and be like, Alan, it's because you're not taking the breakout trades at the right spot, which is probably true. But again, I'm not a breakout trader, so. I stream for 2 hours. So between 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to midnight or 1 a.m. Eastern Time to 3 a.m. Eastern Time, depending on what time zone you're in. That's essentially what I'd be looking at. I often do stream past my original deadline though, because I'm always just curious what London looks like when it opens. So I usually stick around for like 10, 15 minutes. What would my approach be? Like approach for range or sorry, what was that question referring to? What a move. So reversals, I do take reversal trades. I just don't take breakouts particularly. So I don't mind taking breaks and retest, but I don't take breakout trades. So I can trade the trend, I can trade the range, and I can trade reversals, but I just specifically breakouts though, I don't trade those. No, I don't look at ES for confluence. I know a lot of people do, I just don't. It's just too many things to look at. Why? What's ES doing? ES, ES rejecting VWAP. Same thing with NQ. I think we hold here. Too risky. I'm really tempted to take this long, to be honest, just because like this is a very good spot, and this is a good example of where like because I don't have the bar by bar confirmation, I don't feel confident taking it. But if we're just talking about the area, I like longing off this area, but we have to be patient. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I know what people look for when they look at it. I know they look for ES confluence, the VIX, and what have you as well. And yeah, I personally don't, but I know it plays a lot of value. I just don't like to add too many things to look at because there's enough as it is, to be honest. I feel like the safest entry would be the break and retest of VWAP. That would probably be the safest long entry if we were to take one. Something like that. No, I'm not in a position right now, Bernatti. You will see it if I am, and I'll usually tell you guys if I am. You want NQ to come back to 27K, do you? That's a pretty steep drop. That's a pretty steep drop. What about you guys? Have you guys taken any trades so far? Look at that, gold back in the range again. Surprise, surprise. I honestly just wouldn't be surprised if gold just ends up coming back to the bottom of the range here. That'd be wild, though. $345. Price to fall to 345. Interesting. 345. Interesting. Okay. That's why I'm doing. Not much. Wow. This is the first time in the past 2 weeks where I pulled up a platinum chart and it doesn't just look like a death of wicks. Yeah, you know what? That's a good question, Robert. I would like to imagine it probably would. Just because it would change your intraday session, right? Like you wouldn't be starting at Globex, you'd be starting at the New York Open. So that would make sense. Tanzania, where's that? I don't know where that is. I've heard of the name, but I actually don't know where that is geographically. Let me Google that. Where's Tanzania? East Africa. Oh, okay. Cool, cool. What's going on, Gandhi? Good to see you here, man. And damn, that sucks. I know, eh? This short move was like pretty strong to the downside on NQ. I stand by what I say. I think at this point in time we're literally just looking to retrace and open London basically where we opened earlier. I'd like us to hold this though, to be honest, because I do think this area makes sense to long from, but the bars are just saying no bueno, so just sitting on hands. Yeah, so she trades micro. Great question. Yeah, range depending on what time frame you're looking at, as you kind of peel into the larger time frames, it is just a pause bar. You're absolutely right. I mean, when you think about the 1, 2, 3 setups, 3 bar plays that we talk about, with the group with Rick Trades, that's essentially what it is, right? Like we see price move in one direction, very strongly, setting kind of like a trend bar, so to speak, followed by a next bar that just pauses and then a breakout bar. And so that's obviously in the larger time frames. Now, when you look at the smaller time frames, obviously they can play 3 bars can play out in smaller time frames too, but the larger the time frame, the better. And Rocky, yeah, man, that's what I do a lot of times too. Sometimes people ask me like, Alan, how do you hop into trades right at the right moment always? And I do exactly what you do. I set alerts, and that's how I know. That's kind of how I know when to look at the chart again. And oh, if the price looks interesting, I take it. If it doesn't, then all good. C'est la vie, right? Yeah, it's been good. Got him some family time, but as an entrepreneur, there's no such thing as a weekend. My weekends are used most of the time to prep for the following week for all my business stuff, like meetings, client diagnostic visits, those type of things. And then sometimes, actually, depending on what the client's request is, I might actually have to be in the restaurants with them on the weekend as well. So yeah, I can explain the 3 bar, no problem. I'm sure I could probably find an example actually. Let's see. Maybe in the daily. 4 hour. So this isn't the cleanest one, but I will show you it. I don't know. Let me just delete all these things. So for example, this would be kind of like a 3 bar player here. 1, 2, 3. And so bar number 1 sets the trend bar. Bar number 2 is the pause bar or inside bar. This isn't the cleanest setup. Often inside bars will be kind of more deeper into the bar, but I'll call it as is. And then the following bar is the 3 bar, which is the follow through break out bar. And sometimes you can see this as well in the form of a 4 bar. So kind of same concept. Trend bar, pause bar, breakout bar, right? So it kind of goes multiple ways, but an example. Hopefully that helps. I have no idea who Rob Smith is. But if I mean, maybe there's a similarity. It could be. It's true, man. In the restaurant industry, man, there's no such thing as a day off. But what most people consider as like their usual day offs for restaurant owners, that's usually their busiest day. So like for most restaurant owners, like, you know, everyone's like, oh, let's take the weekend off. It's like, now for the restaurant owner, the weekend's the busiest. So that's usually when they work, actually. So, you know, I think looking at price today, guys, like this is a really good example. Like I really wished, and we could still have an opportunity, but I really thought that we would have had an opportunity for a trade already by now. Those who are kind of in the chat thinking like, Alan, like why didn't you just short at any given point? Like why didn't you take the short? Because I missed it already, right? Like the short would have been up here, like, and I didn't take it. So I mean, I was at the time we were just getting started, and I don't like hopping trades right away, but would have been nice up here, to be honest, right? Either the breakout there or the hold, but I'm in a chart where the NQ is so bullish. I'm not looking for shorts either, right? I think that's another thing. And to be honest, any trade that I would have taken would have been a chasing trade, and so I don't want to do that either. So it kind of is what it is. You kind of look in hindsight and be like, oh, but the short was so clear. Not that type of thinking will get you really screwed up real fast. So. Relocation. They each have 2 full days of closed hours. My boss does each restaurant every week. 2 full days of closed hours. Wow. I mean, good on him for being able to do that. The restaurant, but guys, the restaurant business is like a very low margin business. So honestly, I know a lot of people have like their sentiments around like, oh, you know, things should be as expensive as they should be or whatever they may be. I'm telling you right now, unless you're going to like a fine dining restaurant, most restaurants are very low margin. So they're not actually making a lot of money on you. You may think that they do, but they don't. Margins for restaurants are really low. So, I mean, for the fact that he has the ability to close for 2 full days a week is crazy, because like, yeah, most owners can't do that. That's a lot of sales to be lost. Ghost kitchens are good concepts too, especially in this kind of business model. That's actually something that I'm working on right now as well. Yeah. I mean, my first job was McDonald's, and McDonald's like 24/7, so that never stops. I would like the NQ. So there's the question about what do I want to see here. I want the NQ to break back above VWAP. I do not want a long below VWAP right now. I'd like price to reclaim back above VWAP, ideally. And the most ideal situation is this, what I just showed here, this break and retest, right? I'd love to be able to see that. Like that's the most ideal long setup if we can get it. But like I said earlier, right? Like this area is a support area. So we'll have to see. That's essentially what I'm waiting for right now. You can take the breakout and say like, hey, you know what, Alan, let's just take it here. Let's just use the level as a stop loss and take it. I mean, you can. It's kind of risky, but you can though. Like I can see why someone would want to take this. And yeah, the two different days. Yeah, I imagine that's probably so that he can hop from restaurant to restaurant. Makes sense. I like to eat more than I like to cook, to be fair. All you can eat concepts, generally speaking, all you can eat concepts aren't great either. You'll generally sacrifice quality, right? Like I think from like the days where all you can eat was a thing, it made sense during certain periods of our economic times, but now it's just not it's not economical. Like I can't imagine a business that does all you can eat can survive. Like you just can't. Or they'll basically have to mark it up somewhere. And in every business, anything that's too good to be true is too good to be true. And if they're not making up the margin somewhere else in their business model, then they're just gonna sink. It's the reason why most all you can eat places have closed down over the past couple decades. Ah, you do sushi. Love it. I love raw fish. I do poke a lot as well and sushi. Those are like my two go-to healthy kind of comfort foods. I was actually gonna order sushi tonight. Actually, I was gonna pull out a box of sushi and eat while I'm stream, but I'll save that maybe for tomorrow. Yeah, taro is my favorite as well. The best. I work with restaurant owners. Yeah, I do. I do own restaurants actually. I do. I just don't talk about it because it's not something I speak on too much of. I prefer advocating for other people's brands and other people's restaurants more than anything. Just because I know what I'm good at when it comes to the restaurant industry, and I think that like that was a big reason why I left the corporate world was because I want to help small business owners who lack the knowledge and the resources to be successful. That's kind of why I do what I do. If you've been following for long enough, you'll know that's like my values when it comes to helping people in all industries. You're lucky that you're allowed to watch the charts and make sushi at the same time, man. Damn. What's my favorite Mexican dish? I don't eat a lot of Mexican food, to be honest. And it's because most of the Mexican foods where I am is very fast food. Like it's not like authentic. And for those who have had authentic Mexican food, yeah, I think you know what I'm talking about. Like let's just say I do tacos. I'm definitely more of a hard shell taco than a soft shell taco, just because I haven't had a lot of great experience. Generally, I just like snacking with Mexican food. Like I do like nachos, right? Like just the way that they're made. I enjoy that for what it is. Um, but yeah, there's an El Salvadorian dish. It's called pupusas, I believe. Please, if I'm butchering the name, I apologize, but that's really good. Like there's an El Salvadorian tortilla dish where it's like literally just a thick tortilla, and then it's filled with like beans and cheese and stuff on the inside. So good, so good. Not a lot of places carry it. It's an El Salvadorian dish, but so good. I love it. Taco Bell. Yeah, I grew up. One of my neighbors were actually El Salvadorian, and when I ate at their home, that was something that they had served me, and I was like, "What is this? This is so good." And I just remembered like never being able to find it anywhere else in any restaurant. So I was like, "Damn, interesting." Mm. See, you know what it is though. The main reason why soft shell tacos were not great because growing up in my elementary school, they served these soft shell tacos and they were not great. Like there was this really weird taste of them, and it's probably because they were low quality. So I wouldn't like shoot them out because don't get me wrong, like I eat burritos and stuff like that. Like I do enjoy them. So it's not that I don't eat soft shell. It's just I've had a lot of poor experiences with them. Favorite Filipino food? Uh, Sieg Sieg is pretty good. Um, if I'm again, I don't know if I'm butchering that name. There's actually a restaurant in Vancouver called Max's, and I believe it's actually originated from the Philippines. I like a lot of the dishes that they offer. Like generally, like the different kinds of pork dishes are really solid that I enjoy from Filipino cuisine. Um, yeah, like that's probably like my kind of go-to. There's like a mom and pop shop also in Vancouver that they do like a rice bowl mixed with some sauces, some like pork and like different kind of variations of pork. Like I enjoy that really well too. So yeah, naka naka tamal. I have never had that before. That Latin dish that you just mentioned. Oh, balut. Yeah. Yeah, I love food, guys. I eat everything. As long as what I'm eating isn't moving, man, we golden. I tell my students all the time that if they ever come to Vancouver, I would take them out. Actually, one of the guys that my colleagues that I've known for a very long time, he came from Florida, and we actually, if he's probably gonna rewatch the stream tomorrow. If you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about right now. But when they came into town, I actually brought him to Heidi Lau Hot Pot, just because like they're really really good. I've had tamales. Yeah, tamales is good. Food is life, man. That's literally why I do what I do. I do what I do so I can eat whatever I want, whenever I want. Interesting that price is just slowing down here right now. We're 9 minutes away from London Open, gang. Granville Island Food Court? It's all right. I'm just trying to think about it. Like, I haven't actually been to their food court in like a very long time. So, yeah, I don't know. I know Sandbar Restaurant is like a very popular tourist restaurant that people go to. Dennis, are you from Vancouver? No, my reversal book is by Al Brooks as well. Oh, you're from Seattle, then. Yeah, you're very close to me, man. I've gone to Seattle quite a few times. I'm sure Seattle is very similar to Vancouver. Life has become so expensive. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to enjoy it. Yeah, I know. I try not to get too much into the politics of it all, but it's not great. It's not great. You know, timing of entries are so important. Like right now, the way we're shaping up, it makes me want to take longs, to be honest, right now. But I fear that with London Open, we could spike and it might hit my stop before it runs, which is the reason why I'd much prefer to wait. Have any of you guys tried crocodile? Once. Once. There is a high-end restaurant actually in Vancouver, literally called Le Crocodile. I'm pretty sure it's what it's called. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's called Le Crocodile in Vancouver by Rob Feeney. So that's where I had crocodile for the first time ever. Don't really care for it too much personally. White lines, they're just so my lines are just basically different marker points on the chart, like areas where I found them to be like points that look like they respected. And so because I don't want to put all the lines on one side, it's why I just separate them apart. But they're just basically like larger time frames, like hourly, 4 hour, daily, those type of things. What are the early signs of profitability? What is that, Samar? What is that question pertaining to? Just to be a little bit more descriptive, so I can provide you a better answer. Canada? Yeah, Canada gets good beef. Alberta is where like the solid beef comes from. So Alberta is a province over for us, which equivalent for you guys would be like a state over the US. Um, Alberta beef is like top notch. Triple A sirloin, that type of stuff. Like like Alberta supplies most of the beef in Canada. Our steaks are pretty solid. There's actually an Italian deli by my house that I usually go to buy my steaks from. They're really solid. Nope, I actually trade Asia. This is the session that I'm streaming right now. Is actually not the session that I normally trade, but it was the only session that I could stream though, because as far as sitting at my desk and dedicating myself to chatting with the gang, I can't do that during any other period of the day because I'm just balancing family, business, all that type of stuff. So, do I leverage Fibonacci's? No, I don't use Fibonacci's, but if I were to, I only refer to the 50% retracement. Every other line on it, I don't really care for. I've been trading for 5 years. 3 years seriously, but 5 years in total if I count my first two, F around and find out years. Oh yeah, I mean, I guess since we're waiting 3 more minutes before the London market opens, I'll show you this actually. Where's this thing? Remember I was talking to you guys last stream? I think it was last stream. I said that and I kind of talked about this stream as well, where I kind of mentioned the fact that I want to work on, like, I was trying to work on scalping this month because I was like trying to learn the craft. You can see here, right here, I'm just gonna zoom in so you guys can see this better. You can see how many trades I took during these days. Like you can see normally I don't trade that much, but during this period I was practicing scalp trading. So I was literally going in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out like crazy. Normally I don't do that. Like you'll see, like for example, I'll click on this. Like this day was 100% win rate day. I took only 2 trades, and you can see in the my review here, you can see the 2 different trades, and there were gold trades that I took that I shorted on, and I obviously did solid that day. But usually for me, that's pretty much it. I go in and I'm done. I actually talked about this trade on live stream last time. This was if you guys remember from one of the live streams that I would have shown you guys, it was the day that I shorted gold to achieve what I had achieved, and then I longed it afterwards. Can't remember what day was this again. This was the 20th. Yeah, leading into the London Open. So anyways, that was the trade that I took that day. So just sharing with the gang because I know you guys were kind of curious about it as well. So. Do you think prop firms are going away anytime soon? What would you do if they were to disappear tomorrow? First and foremost, I doubt it. I think we're at the ground level of prop firms. I think more and more different parts of the world are hopping on this, and I think it's going to be around for a long time. Prop firms are kind of like for the business owners, it obviously is lucrative for them, but then also for us, it gives us access to capital that we normally would not have, right? So yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. But let's just say for some odd reason it wouldn't change anything for me, right? Small caps, options, they have been around for longer than I've been breathing air. So shouldn't change anything for us. We're just fortunate and lucky enough to have prop firms in our lives today. No matter how much people think like, oh, prop firms are scams or whatever it may be. I mean, if you can't trade, you can't trade is kind of my answer to that one, right? Like, I understand that prop firms can make things difficult sometimes based on like the rules and what have you. But in the end of the day, if you can trade, you can trade. Like that's not going to change anything. So there might be some added difficulties, different prop firms, but yeah, it shouldn't change anything. What you're learning right now is a super valuable skill set, right? So the BDT is gone now for options. Yeah, I've been told that. I mean, that sounds kind of scary to be honest, because I think people are just going to over leverage themselves. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, a lot of times we say a chart's a chart, right? So prop firms. As long as prop firms are around, man, I will always trade them. I will trade them over my own capital. It makes no sense for me not to. I just look at it this way, right? Like for example, with like $5,000 of my own capital, I could buy I don't know how many accounts, right? Like if you're talking like evals, I mean even Apex, like that's a perfect example. Like right now, oh yeah, by the way, if you guys don't know, code REG or code RT, Apex is like 90% off right now. But for example, if I were to buy those evals, With $5,000, I could buy 20 evals, activate all 20 evals, and then do it again, and I would still have money left over. But with those accounts, though, if I trade them patiently, I can get each of them to a $1,500 payout. Times that by 20, I mean, that's like a 25,000, north of $25,000 payout. So for me, it's a no-brainer to not use prop firms. Like yeah, it makes no sense. I recommend it to everyone, to be honest. Especially now, if you're like trying to learn how to trade, it's the best way to go about it. I'm on business, so Patrick, mine would not be relevant to you, and that's something that you should always ask an accountant for. Just like in anything that you do, right? Like cost of expense, what's considered a write-off, what's considered profit. It just really just depends. Depending on where you are in the world too, right? It all that the answer will change. And by the way, this London Open proved my exact point, right? Like imagine if I had entered a trade right now and that spike could have taken me out, right? And then it would have ran without me. So the question of they make money when people fail, isn't that sketchy? I mean, I guess I don't see why that matters, gang. I don't really see why that matters. And I say that because like the business model exists because of that, right? Like that's how they make their money. It's like a casino in the end of the day, right? Like if you don't want to support the casino, of course, then that's completely up to you. Just don't play at the casino. But you can't say that you can't make money at the casino either, right? Again, I don't, as a person who can't win in casinos, I will always lose. So that's just a different conversation. But I mean, that's literally the concept of the business, right? So if you don't like it, then you could trade your own personal capital. That's completely up to you. But if you're asking me right now that like, would I recommend? Why would I not recommend prop firms just because they make money off people losing? I mean, what would that have to do with the traders, right? Like the traders that I'm coaching, if they're getting paid out because they're successful at trading, I wouldn't not recommend them just because other people are losing, right? So ideally the goal for you is that like I think for most people is you get your payouts and then you go self-funded, right? Like I think that's the idea. I mean, if everyone went live, I mean, I don't think that would be a bad thing. I think that there's a lot of prop firms. Like there's a prop firm right now that's being worked on. It hasn't gone public yet, but it's called 10-4. They want to build a model so that they can encourage live traders, right? So I don't know. I think there's a lot of speculation. I always say do your own due diligence. Don't get too caught up in the social media craziness. I think there's a lot of like, what is that called? I don't remember. I can't losing my train of thought of words, but I think there's a lot of people out there that just try to scare tactics, those type of things, right? Just do your due diligence as long as it makes sense, right? Still holding this area. KJM, completely speculative. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know how it's like on the other side, to be honest. Based on what they say, sure, but I don't know. So Chris Visions, I don't know how long you've been trading for, but when they ban you, no, they don't. It's called caps, right? So every prop firm has a cap. So if you make more than the cap, then yeah, then you're done with them. I mean, because like why would they? Why essentially they get no benefit from you making money off of them if they don't get anything out of it, right? That's called sim farming. So for them, that's essentially what's happened to me. I have capped out with like 5 different prop firms, so I've really technically done, right? But that also means that I would have made a lot of money off of them in order for me to have been able to do that. Because I'm capped out with my funded futures. I'm capped with Tradeify. I'm capped with funded futures family. I just got back to Lucid again now, but I was capped with them before. What else? Who else am I capped with? I'm capped out with Apex. I always feel like I'm always missing one. Who else am I missing right now? I'm like look at the top banner there. Who am I missing? I think that was it, maybe actually, because Lucid was the 5th one. And now I'm back with him again. since the cool down period's gone. But yeah, it's pretty normal. I'm still with TopStep. I haven't hit their cap yet, actually. I don't think you can get capped with TPT. I don't think so. Because I haven't been yet. Every prop is different. So my fund of futures, I have had over $100,000 with them. Tradeify 100,000. Fund of futures family 61,000. Lucid Trading, it was 75,000 before I got capped, but I'm back obviously with them again. Apex, I was over 94,000, I think it was. I'd have to look at my dashboard again, but those would be the numbers for those ones. Yeah, when you get capped, they move you to live, but that's like only like for me, for those orders who don't know, because of where I am, I can't get moved live. So at least for most prop firms, because of the platforms they use, I think like the internal process for like the trading platform like Tradeovate or whatever, it doesn't allow for me to trade live with them via where I am in the world. So for all the Canadians who are on this, if you're from Canada and you're watching the stream right now, if you're on Ontario, you have no issues. You can go move live with every prop firm. Like there should be no issues at all. At least not to my knowledge, right? So don't quote me on that. But to my knowledge, Ontario, you're green light. But if you're in any other province, then unfortunately live isn't an option. Like they'll usually just tell you, here you go, take your live payout, and thanks for trading with us. And if you watch my last stream, I showed you guys that email that I got from my fund of futures, right? Like they said like I did a phenomenal job, nothing to do with my trading, but obviously due to the protocols, they can't move me live in. It is what it is. I'm used to getting those emails now, so it doesn't bother me at all. If someone were to start from scratch and build to where you are in the business world, where should they start and how should they approach the journey? Patrick, that question, are you referring to trading or business? Yeah, Top Step did get nerfed. I mean, yeah, I still have some accounts with them, but we'll see. I don't know when I'll get a payout out of those guys. Yeah, when you go live, you take a profit split. Every prop firm is gonna be slightly different. Like they'll have different rules. Some of them will go to an 80-20 model. Actually, I think most of them go to an 80-20 model, where they take 20% of your profits, you take 80%. Yeah. Well, I think to be honest, in order for you to be successful in business, there's so much to learn, right? I think that the nuances to learn how to be a great trader, great employee, it all is the same. And so maybe before the stream kind of dials down to a close, but my advice is this, right? Like, I mean, when you think about the people today, and I can't say for everyone, but a lot of people that I see working corporate jobs, they'll say things like, "Oh, why should I put in more work? I don't get paid enough." Or why should I do more? I don't need to do more so that the big wigs can make more money. And there's just all this. Whether there is validity behind those comments or not, that mindset is a very toxic mindset to carry, right? The way I have always looked at the work that I do is that I put the quality of work in everything that I do. And so think about it this way, the more things you tell yourself, you internalize it, right? So if you just keep telling yourself like, oh, this is what it is, then well, guess what? That's your result, right? Like I think you have to put the quality of work in order for you to truly gain what you gain out of it. Part of what I said before, and I didn't explain this when I explained my story, but when I was clocking overtime, and again, understand that I'm not saying you should ever work for free because that's not the mentality. But when I was clocking overtime in my teenage years, I wasn't doing it because, oh, I wanted to please the boss or suck up or anything like that. I did it because those periods of time when I clocked those additional hours, I was learning more. I was becoming a stronger person for who I was. And for me, that was the value and why I did it. And because I did that, it gave me an edge, which is why I got promoted a lot faster than most people did in my corporate jobs. So in business, it's no different. If you think that going from a 9-to-5 job to a business owner is suddenly going to make your life better, it's not. If anything, it's going to be a lot harder. And I think most people aren't braced for that. So a lot of times, I would say that what we do fundamentally is a psychology, discipline, the way our viewpoint of life is. I think all that stuff matters, right? So that's just important, I would say, in my point. Have a good night. Aloha. Yeah. Oh yeah. TPT. I have lots of payouts with them. They pay out. No issues. I've never had issues with them. Their payout speed's not as fast as like some of the more automated prop firms, but no, they pay out. Okay, we're coming back down. We're testing Globex opening. It's quite a meltdown. Quite a meltdown today on the NQ. I'm going to attempt a long, to be honest. Like, I probably won't be able to stay on the stream, guys, because it is so late. But I do want to see how we test. If we have a nice bounce, solid close, 5-15-minute bar kind of deal here in Globex, I'd be interested in taking longs on the NQ. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, gang. I mean, yeah, it's getting pretty late here, but that's pretty much what I would look for, because we didn't get this set up here. For NQ, I'm going to see if we can get a move up, ideally, for NQ. And then for gold, looks like we're starting to break out. Whether we'll get follow through or not is obviously another question, but we're testing this range now. So this is essentially what, now that we have this, we're hoping that we hold here so that we can continue higher with gold. But those are kind of like my long thesis right now on it. I'm just not interested in short right now. I feel like at any point I'm going to short and then it's going to backfire on me. So no interest in that at all right now. But yeah, with that, guys, I know this is the first stream of the week. I'll be here for the next 4 days here. So keep hopping on. We'll continue to do these giveaways with you guys as well and bring questions you guys want to ask. I'll do my best to answer them and hopefully also get a trade in. I mean, like I said, I have my long thought process right now. As I get ready for bed, if it sets up, I'll take it. If it doesn't set up, then c'est la vie. Not a big deal. If I'm at my desk and I can't update the Discord, I always will. That is generally where I'll post things. But again, it depends. Like for example, maybe too much information here, but like right now, if I'm hopping in the shower, for example, right? If I'm like, hey, you know what, I got a trade alert, looks good, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna prioritize taking the trade first, and then afterwards I'll message the Discord. But then my trade management comes first. So a lot of people just think like, oh, you know, you said you were gonna take long at, I don't know, 27,422, but you're messaging now and price is already at 26,450. Why did you wait so long? It's like, well, for me, when I'm trading, I'm prioritizing my trade entry first, right? It's kind of like people who screenshot trades. It's like, I'd rather take profit before I screenshot. Like it's more important that I get my trade in and manage my trade appropriately. So kind of the same thing here. Just wanted to FYI that. But anyways, gang, thanks for tuning in, guys. Come back tomorrow, spread the word, drop some thumbs up, guys, before you guys head out of here. If you guys can, it means a lot for me. But I will see you guys back tomorrow, same time, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 a.m. Eastern Time. Okay, you guys have a great night.